everybody, it's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is Claw Season 2, Episode 7. Alright, this is going to be sort of a review, more of a review than a recap. But tonight's episode, it was a little all over the place for me. But let's go ahead and get into it. So we find Desna in the same place we left her right when she burned the dress last week. And she's basically been out there all night. I was like, girl, do you even have to go to the bathroom or nothing? But she's upset and you can see she's thinking of a master plan. She's trying to figure out what she's going to do. Now, the thing I like about Claws is that, you know, we seen a definite shift with Desna. Like, now she's on the plan. But the thing I don't like about Claws is that, yes, she made the shift, but it kind of seems like she still don't really know what the hell she doing. She's still trying to figure stuff out, and it read that way through the whole episode. She's just flying by the seat of her pants at this point. She goes to Virginia. Virginia's doing her usual talking too much. And, you know, she basically comes up with this plan of she's going to burn the coke in the stash house. Okay, so she gets with Clay and everybody, and first of all, she's trying to figure out why are they coming after me? You know, I'm not nobody. Then Clay tells her that it's because of her license. So this is why when they get together, everything they have will be community property. That whole storyline is because they want her licenses. Apparently, when the government was handing out licenses, you know, things started getting sketchy and they stopped giving them out. The only reason Desna got one is because her background check was clean. So everybody else had criminal background. So her background was clean. So that's why she got a license to open the clinics. Now, she didn't know she opened clinics. She don't know her name is on this paperwork, but it is. So she unknowingly has, you know, they were going to use her to open more clinics. Basically, the license will become Gregory's license after she died. So he was going to get with her, marry her, and then kill her child. I said, no, God. So she was pissed. You know, she was like, y'all was going to let him kill me. Y'all was going to let him kill me. And Uncle Daddy is like, you know, we never would have let it get that far. And I don't think Rolla didn't know anything about the licenses as far as I'm concerned. As far as I could read, it didn't seem like he knew anything about the licenses. He seemed to be like lost on that whole subject. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I can see how they're painting Rolla as, you know, having feelings for Des that's real. And like, he really gonna try to get back with her. And I don't know, I'm low-key here for the shit. Okay, I'm low-key here for it. So, later on in the episode, they decide to go steal a coat. Boom, they go to the warehouse. You know, they have a little shootout at the warehouse. Instead of burning the coke, they decide that Uncle Daddy said he gonna sell the coke, or he gonna take the coke from them. They're stealing it. I don't know if they're stealing it to sell it. I think they're stealing it to sell it, but the point is to have leverage against them, I guess, to use against them for whatever you need to. And so at first, Desna is not down with this because she don't want her girls to be involved any more deeply into this. But then she agrees because she does need to have leverage. So she agrees. Now, Quiet Ann, now she gonna ride with you. She rode with her for a long time. But, you know, at this point, she's like, you know, we can't be doing this. Like, I'm not going back to jail for none of you hoes. You know what I'm saying, bitch? I done been locked up. They won't let me out. They won't let me out, no. It's over with. And I don't blame Quiet Ann for leaving because they don't ever listen to her. She tries to be the voice of reason because her and Potty the only two bitches in there that actually been to jail, okay? Now, some of this is Desna's fault. Now, I love Desna and everything, but some of this is her fault. Instead of walking away, she gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper in. So, trying to get out. So, Quiet Ann says she ain't down with the shit. She done with it. Now we have Arlene and her partner. They still working with Dr. Ken. So they tell Dr. Ken, you have to go to Schlatter. You can't be going all over. You know what I'm saying? Go directly to the source. So he goes to Schlatter's house and he tells her that he wants to talk to her about his aspirations. And she's like, aspirations? Well, I'm glad you came to me and you didn't steal money from me. So come into this room with me. Step into my office. So they walk into the room and we see that they're waterboarding somebody with vodka. That's probably worse than regular waterboarding. I'm just like, my God, really? Are we serious? You can see them pouring water over their face. And she says, okay, doctor, wake him up with the smelly things. You know, take the smelly things and wake him up. And we see that it's Roller. They're trying to get information about where Uncle Daddy is. Because, you know, remember Desna had him stashed at Polly's house or her old house. He protests and protests. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He tried to play it off. But in the end, she brings the baby into the room. And you know that hoe don't care about killing no babies, okay? She'll kill your baby. So she was like, you know, I'm going to kill the baby. She put a gun to the baby head and everything. And Olga was in there. Olga was not here for that shit, okay? She was like, you know, she didn't want that lady to kill her baby. So she finally tells him that he finally tells her that he put him on a bus to Greenville or something like that. Greensboro, Greensville, something like that. And so this kind of, you know, deflects the plan for a little bit. She give the baby back to Olga and she leaves. Now when she leaves, you know, Rolla is all upset, you know, because he really cares about this baby. And Olga decides to tell him that, you know, you don't know everything. You a good man, you know what I'm saying, but you don't know the whole story. The baby is not yours. My heart broke for Rolla at that moment because I was just like, man, you know, he finally showing up, you know, being a good person, being a good dad to his child. And look at this shit. This nigga is not even his son. I was like, man, that's so messed up because I know it hurt him. Like, I don't feel like we should be feeling sorry for Rolla, but they have really done a good job humanizing his character this season. So he's upset. He just tell her to get away from him, and he's just holding the baby. So we're going to see how this play out later. And then goes back to Arlene and her partner and tell him, you know, ask if they off the hook. They say Polly is off the hook. Don't you worry about it. It's all good. We got everything we need for the big fish. You know, you're done. And so they happy to get rid of him, and he's, you know, happy to go. I don't really understand. I'm going to say this now. I don't really understand why Arlene needed to arrest Desna, because she already had all the evidence she needed to get the big fish. But maybe maybe it was already set up for her to arrest Desna anyway, or maybe she's going to use Desna to get to the bigger fish. Now, this could work in Desna's favor. You know, she could get off scot-free if she become a snitch, but who knows if that's how it's going to go. But yeah, at either rate, when Quiet Ann finds out about this is going to devastate her. I almost feel sorry for Quiet Ann, even though she told all the damn business, which she shouldn't have told, but she thought that she could trust this person. So, you know, you tell people stuff when you think you can trust them. So, I feel a little bad for her, you know, because of that reason. Ann calls Arlene, and she's talking about getting back on the adoption list for the kids, or the surrogate list for a baby. And she's like, you know, let's just wait, and you know, if we're still together in September, we'll do it. You know, meet me at the house, 30 minutes, whatever. So at this point, it's like, Arlene, girl, you doing a whole lot. And even her partner was like, nah, sis, like, girl, you doing a lot. Like, and she was like, just be quiet or whatever. So I feel bad for Quiet Ann, even though she told all they damn business. Like, girl, why would you tell all the business? Girl, why would you do that? That's just dumb. Meanwhile, at the shop, Schlatter comes in and she shuts down the shop. Shout out to Juicy, who was on there getting her nails done, talking shit. Okay, I love her. She was getting her nails done. She left. Schlatter closed the whole shop down and was like, we're going to give services to these old women, you know, complimentary services. And then she has Jen, of all people, do her nails. Jen said something smart to her, like, I don't have no problem doing the person nails who almost killed my husband. And she was like cutting her cuticles too low and shit, like on purposely hurting her. And she even went into a delusion where the other ladies was like, kill her, or whatever. Like, you know how they've been having a lot of that dream sequences and everything this season on Claws. But that was another dream sequence. I didn't really feel like it was necessary, but it was there. At the end of the day, Schlatter gives her some money, and she tells her, you know, I don't want things to be bad between us. And Jen takes the money, which I didn't think that she would do, you know, because you know, she loved to blame other people. And this is my thing with Bryce. Yes, to a certain degree, it is Desna's fault because she framed the Coonies last season, and that reflected back on Jen's family. That put her family at risk. So I do understand that to a certain extent. And, you know, all of this shit is you know, Desna keeps getting, like I said, deeper and deeper instead of getting out. So that, to a certain extent, is her fault. But Bryce is the one who decided to join the Dixie Mafia. He decided to do that. And if they would have gave Desna her $20,000 from the beginning, it wouldn't have been nothing like this, because she did her part. It's not like she did her part, and now they even using her name and all of that to run these businesses. So she did her part, and they should have gave her damn money. But that's neither here nor there. Here we are right now. So she takes the money from Schlatter, and then she goes to the hospital because Bryce is about to have surgery. And she, you know, he's telling her early in the episode, he told her that he wants to leave, you know, that he's not going to be in the game no more. He does take responsibility for him joining the Dixie Mafia. He did start snorting coke again. I mean, he did start doing all those things. So he says he just wants to move far, far away. And, you know, when people start talking about moving far away and we got to do this one thing and there's going to be one more thing, then we're going to run away, girl, it don't never turn out good. In no movie ever in the creation of time has that shit ever turned out good. So I'm not going to lie, I think Bryce going to die. I don't know, he going to die or something is going to be very wrong with him. Like, he's going to be paralyzed. And then you have the wild card of Hank. Bryce might make it out, child. They might make it to the damn airport before Bryce come up there and kill him. He ain't dying in Dixie Mafia. He gonna die from Hank. or she gonna get hurt or something. It's gonna be something that's gonna stop them from doing whatever they want to do. I personally don't think she should have took the money from Slotta. I personally don't feel that way, but that's what Jen's weakness is. She wants to have money. If y'all haven't noticed that from the beginning of the first season, and she covets money, she covets the life, she wants her kids to go to good schools, she wants to do all those things. I mean, don't everybody? But yeah, that's some of the things that she wants. So we'll see what happens with that whole storyline. So Desna comes to get Dean. She wants to take him out for a day at the beach. They leave the salon, they go home, they get dressed, and as they're walking to the car to get in to leave, the police pull up, and guess who it is? Arlene and her partner, and they arrest Desna, and you know, she's going to jail. So my whole thing is, will this stick? Is Arlene doing this by the books? Is she going rogue? Because I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to be sleeping with people that you're trying to prosecute. Is she going to prosecute Quiet In? Because Quiet In was a willing participant in all these acts that happened. So it should be interesting to see how this whole thing turns out. Can y'all believe the season is almost over with? Like, that's crazy. That's insanity to me. I heard that Polly's getting a backstory. I don't know if it's going to be this season or next season, but I heard that Polly is going to get a backstory, so that should be interesting to see her origins. I wonder if Polly is going to leave Ken when she finds out he's a snitch. I wonder, Desna's not going to stay in jail because she's the main character of the show. She's not going to prison, guys. But, you know, how they going to work their way around it? Is she going to snitch on the Russians? Like, is that something she's going to do, or is she going to find a way to get out of all of it? Oh, I forgot about the part where Desna decides she's going to frame the Russians for stealing the coke. So Rolla goes to put the coke in Boris's house, and the Haitians come. They're at a game. Oh, no. The Haitians come. He texts Gregory from a burner phone and says, "I know where your dope is," and they go and they kill Boris. So now she has successfully started a war between the Russians and the Haitians. So this should be interesting to see how this whole thing plays out. So I thought, like I said, this episode was good. It was a little bit scattered for me, all over the place. But overall, it did what Claus does, and which was to keep you hanging, you know, on your toes, keep you on your toes. So I want to hear what you guys thought about it. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with all your friends. I will holler at y'all next week. Peace.